Shwmae a chroeso I FC Cymru. The World Cup is almost here and Cymru are in Qatar. But this evening we're here in Swansea to meet Swansea Galaxy FC, the city's first LGBTQI+ friendly football team. We will find out a bit more about them soon. We'll also hear from Louise Englefield from Football vs Homophobia, and we have a little word with Joe Morrell. But first, let's head to Tylerstown, where Lawrence is with Rob Page after Cymru's first World Cup squad announcement in 64 years.
So Rob, Tylerstown, we're back home. Listen, how's the day been, first of all? And by the way, what an absolutely unbelievable place this is.
Yeah, and what the staff have done, Owen and Rob, and they've been incredible to get the venue sorted, and I can't thank them enough for allowing us to host it. And she was so grateful downstairs. I just met the manager, and she can't believe it herself. So it's been quite a surreal day, if I'm being honest, to go over and see the kids and open the new pitch that they had, the 3G pitch over in Treorchy. And we went to Tom Pentland to start with, and we went to Jimmy's house and saw the plaque on the wall and where he lived, and it's been incredible. It's been a sort of a really lovely day, and to mix with those kids this morning and see their faces and what it means to them for us to be in a World Cup means the world.
Have you been dreaming about it? How has it been kind of you for this build-up just before you go?
No need to dream anymore. We've done it. I know what you're saying. Yeah, we look at the group. It's been ages since we got there, but I can't wait to get the players together Sunday, and then the message is full focus now on the games. You know, great that we're having these events, and proud to come back to Tylerstown. Sunday it'll stop and it'll be full focus on the job in hand, and that's winning games to get us out of that group, which I think we can do.
And there's going to be a lot of fans that travel. There's going to be even more at home cheering you on. What's your message to them?
Honestly, we could not have done it without the red wall. That was the importance of finishing the draw against Belgium to get a second. The luck of the draw for the second spot that we had, the home tie, sorry. But without the red wall, without our supporters, I don't believe we'd be sat here today having qualified for the World Cup. That's how important they are for us. So I'm grateful for the ones that are able and lucky enough to travel. But I know that from afar we'll have the red wall and the rest of the supporters supporting us, and I can't thank them enough for that.
Many of the Red Wall are making their way to Doha, but this will be a very different experience for both the fans and the players. Let's hear from Cymru's Joe Morrell.
Listen, I think we'll obviously have great support in the stadium. I think we're a country of 3 million people, and I think we're really together in that. I think we'll feel the support of the 3 million people at home as much as we will in however many thousands in the stadium. We've got tremendous support, the best supporters in the world. The games that they've travelled to over the past few years, is mind-blowing. And for them to have opportunities to travel to watch Wales in a World Cup is amazing, because they deserve it. But listen, it's obviously a sad thing that there's members of our organisation and members of the country that don't feel comfortable in travelling, and I think that's really sad in itself. I don't think anybody should be discriminated against on anything, especially their sexuality, race, gender. So for us, we'll feel their support as much as the people in the stadium, that's for sure, so we thank them for that.
Now, football has a special way of bringing people together through their love of the game, and Cymru are making a stand at the World Cup by wearing the One Love armbands. So let's hear from Louise Englefield from Football vs Homophobia on her thoughts on the World Cup in Qatar.
Football vs Homophobia is a campaign which aims to address LGBTIQ+ inclusion at all levels of football. So we want to make football a safe and welcoming place for everyone, basically. We've seen the Rainbow Wall develop in the last 5 years, and that's absolutely massive. It came from, some interest from the FAW to ensure that LGBTIQ+ fans felt that they had a place in the game and had a place in the Red Wall, and then we worked with them, and then very, very quickly the Rainbow Wall got legs and just took off, and now it's a real force to be reckoned with in Welsh football. It's got a really strong presence and a lot of support from allies, I think, across the game. We know that Qatar was given the World Cup prior to FIFA developing its human rights framework. So we've got a situation where a World Cup is going to be hosted in a country that doesn't really seem to be acknowledging the universality of human rights. We're constantly being told that issues, for example, LGBTIQ+ inclusion and a welcome for LGBTIQ+ people is a matter of cultural difference, but actually, human rights are human rights all over the world, or should be acknowledged all over the world. Over the years, LGBTIQ+ people have felt excluded from mainstream sport, experienced homophobia and transphobia, and decided to set up their own clubs as a way of ensuring that they provide a really positive welcome from people from the community. One of the things that those clubs also provide, like Cardiff Dragons, for example, is something that's quite unique. So they provide mixed football as well. And, there's very little mixed football, regulated mixed football in the UK. So those spaces are really, really important for people of all genders to play together. The newest of the LGBTIQ+ inclusive clubs is Swansea Galaxy. And it's great to see that we've now got 2 clubs in Wales, and maybe we will move forward and see some more clubs in North Wales as well, because these clubs have some real value in terms of creating spaces that are really welcoming and where people can find a place in the game.
Well, it's great to hear of the incredible work being done here in Wales to promote inclusivity. And I'm here now with Scott, the founder of Swansea Galaxy. And Scott, thank you for joining us. It's lovely to be here in Swansea this evening. Can you tell us, first of all, why did you start this club?
So just as lockdown was coming in, I moved to Swansea, and back in Bristol I was part of a LGBT football club. And I think with lockdown I didn't realise that I missed having friends around me of similar background or similar interests. And I was sort of, after lockdown, I was sort of moping around thinking, I wish there was something that was closer, because the closest one for us is Cardiff. And I just thought, why not? I'll just create one myself and just set it up on Instagram and Facebook. And since June, this is where we are. We've sort of got regulars, like at least 15 generally each week. And and we've started lots of relationship building with Pure Football, Swansea City Football Club, lots of local businesses trying to just get the word out there that we exist. I think it's massive for us to have a club where people can feel like they can come, just be themselves, play football, or even just try a new sport and make friends in the process of doing so.
So Sam, tell me, why did you start to come into Swansea Galaxy FC?
So football's been a massive part of my life since I was 5 years old. So it's always been ingrained in me. As a LGBTQ+ member of the community, it's hard to find spaces to play football in a safe environment. I've tried playing for various clubs that aren't necessarily inclusive and just never sort of really vibe with them. And then I saw this advertised on Instagram the first week that it happened, and I've been here ever since. So what's made you keep coming back each week? We got players from every letter of the LGBTQ umbrella, and I just think we all get on, we all know what we're doing. I think as we've progressed, we formed the committee, we formed sort of our ethos and our safeguarding policy, and I think it's just a really nice way to sort of not only be part of a community, but also, it's fitness as well. It's getting your fitness up, playing something you love, and actually enjoying it. And I think the thing for me is, like I said previously, is I've been playing without that fear of someone's judging me for who I am as a person. And I think that's really helped, and I think it helps everyone here, because every time we train, we just play without fear. It's all about enjoying yourself, and it's not about who's the best player. It's just about having a good time. That's amazing to hear. And of course the World Cup now is coming up. Yeah. In a place like Qatar, a lot of negativity surrounding it.
But also, do you think this could possibly bring about a positive change as well?
I think the change, really, we can only do so much, and I think the change, like if you look at the last 2 World Cups as well, it's about if the players can go and make a change, or be like visible, like the European teams are wearing the One Love armband, like Hummel, the kit manufacturer for Denmark, they're washing out their kit so they're not visible there. And I think really though the change has to start with FIFA.
I think, football should be something that can be enjoyed by everyone, regardless of sexual identity or gender. And I think it's really important that from a footballing organisation basis is that, that is also promoted. I think the interesting thing with it being in Qatar is that obviously we all know of the issues there with sort of gender identity and sexuality. And I think it's a good point for us to sort of, again, bring it to the front and question these decisions and whether or not society is going in the right direction.
Well, it's great to be here in Swansea this evening to meet the fantastic Swansea Galaxy. But that's it from us. Make sure you keep an eye out on social media for Redwall Plus, the new FAW online platform full of incredible Welsh football content. No star.
You will find the new home of Welsh football on redwallplus.com.